You can check them out here on Ironic Radio Network. 8-Bit Bros. That's number 8. Then bit. Then bros. One word. I strongly encourage you to stay tuned for that. And if you want, they also have a Facebook page and a much better live show. Anyway, 8-Bit Bros, 8 p.m. Ironic Radio Network.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means.
Oh, what up, people? Welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Bros. It is the late edition. We have a crazy show planned for you tonight. And the only thing I'm going to say is I like this stock and the fundamentals. With that being said, this is not a kid-friendly show. Adult language, adult content. Do the right thing, people. Put your kids in the closet.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
8-Bit Bros. Thursday, late edition. All the boys in the house, center box gets a square.
What up, people?
Yeah, to the left, that's me, Web Boy. To the right, 846 miles south, the one and only Thumping Loud. You on your rocket ship? You blasting off the moon?
Yep, I'm heading
to the moon.
Interesting things happen every goddamn day now.
Crazy.
You know, what are we, what is it? Day 333 into the pandemic. And my diary.
Reddit decided to start playing with the stock market.
Yeah, yeah, that's my.
Reddit decided to start playing with the stock market last March.
Yeah. That's my end into the diary. Day 33 of pandemic. Reddit's coordinated attack on Wall Street is going as planned.
I mean, this is just insanity. And the thing that pisses me off the most is you listen to all these pundits that are on your Fox Business and your CNBCs and all this. And all they're saying is this, well, I just don't understand. Like, if you get away from the fundamentals, you know, these people don't know what they're doing.
Oh, know what they're doing. I mean, direct insult.
I mean, like, and I'm sitting here going, you know, I'm kind of smart enough to know that you don't go heavyweight on something. You know, you buy a couple shares, you make your money. Like, you got 8, right? You got 8 at GameStop or 10, something like that?
8 whopping shares of GameStop. Yeah. $2,400 investment.
So you're going to watch it. You're going to ride it. You're going to see it. It's going to hit its peak. You're going to see the volume offset, and you're going to sell it.
Yes.
Like, don't they think that...
Closed at $311.99 today, right? Yeah, market's closed. 311.
I think they think that all these people are just idiots. I mean, are some people going to take a bath? Yeah, if you're not smart.
Well, it doesn't matter. Somebody is going to be left holding the bag.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. Somebody always has to be. That's the way it works. When you get that mad sell-off and you try and sell your shit, someone's got to buy it. And it's just, why am I going to buy it? Price is going to go down. I'll get it even smaller. I'll get it even smaller. Somebody's going to be held with the bag. That's the facts of life.
I mean, even today when Robinhood froze trading, which
let's be clear,
were one of many. One of
5. Charles Schwab, Ameritrade, Astral Trade, I think.
Webull.
Yeah, it was only like, I'm institution-wise. Every fucking app. If there was an app, you couldn't trade it. But if you went to the website, you could trade it. Couldn't trade it on...
No. Like, even certain institutions...
Well, you couldn't trade it on the Fidelity app, but I could trade it on my laptop.
That's just strange.
Well, yeah, that happened to a lot of people. Who is the other one here?
Stump, are you in on this at all? Have you been paying attention, or are you just letting your money guy do his thing and you're just on the sidelines watching? You're just on the sidelines watching? You didn't
Yeah.
call him up and go buy GameStop?
No, why the hell would I do that?
Free money.
Free money.
Free money. You
If
could have
I
sold.
was interested in
for
if
exchange.
I was interested in flash sales
Yeah. Okay.
and
I'm
just
I'm just
making quick money,
Yeah.
then that's the stocks I would play. But I don't do that. I'm
Right,
a
gotcha.
long-term investor.
And that's me generally. I mean,
that's smart.
Well,
That's-
yeah,
that's
you just
very
saw an
smart.
opportunity with enough shit going on that you wanted to jump into the frying pan with all the other people
well,
who are flopping
no.
around
To,
grabbing
to be
shit.
clear, I'm not in GameStop at all.
I didn't say in
It priced
GameStop.
out.
You jumped into the frying pan of day trading volatility because you saw the
Yeah.
excitement that everybody else was going into.
Yes and no. I've owned Nokia since October when they announced the 4G on the moon. So I already own that position.
Yeah.
Some of these other stocks that they're making day trading stocks, I already own them. The only two that I bought into day trading wise was AMC and Naked.
Naked. Yeah.
But yeah,
Those are
I
the
mean,
only two.
you're
And
just
my
playing around
positions
in
are
it
like,
a little bit. I mean, if
yeah, and my positions are like 5 shares. Like if I lost, if it bottomed out and I ended up taking a loss on it, it's like
you know.
not.
Now, on the other hand, though, Webb's over here playing fucking fantasy football with it.
Not well. I have no problem about transparency. So yes and no. Yes and no. I played in the naked game. Yes, I did that. Currently, I do hold BlackBerry.
I
Small.
hold BlackBerry too, but
We could also go through months of conversations that have been
Yeah,
held
but
digitally that it's like, oh, check this out, or the start of every show for the past 2 months.
Yeah.
Hey, just saying, you might
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
check this out. I mean,
Check it out.
let's not deny the fact that like you've been playing fantasy football with the stock market and fantasy football and basketball or whatever other fucking sport in the world you could possibly
Yeah.
do and everything else. Like that's been you for the past couple of months. Is you're
True.
just shuffling money all over the place.
True. This is very true. I am
Yeah.
holding BlackBerry small positions, only 200 shares. And I believe in that company personally. Do your own due diligence, and you'll understand what I see in that company. So I don't care what happened. They can pump and run that all they want. I'm holding
yeah,
on
they
to.
can pump and dump that. I don't care either.
Yeah, I'm holding that for quite some time. I am playing in GameStop and I am playing in Sundial. Absolutely. Small positions. In Sundial, 250 shares.
At 86 cents.
I bought them at 81.
Did anything happen with Discord after Elon's Discord tweet?
Other than the fact they banned the Wall Street Bets group, nothing really.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting turn.
Nothing really. Like my Discord was popping all day, but I wasn't in any of like the day trading groups. It's all like D&D groups and other shit that I follow, like fantasy football and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
but they were all popping today, like just randomly, like groups that don't normally pop were popping.
Oh yeah, that's true. There was a lot of chatter. I mean, SEC's looking at the chatter now too. Like this is a fucking spy game of terrorist attack. We heard chatter.
Well, I mean,
It's
what
just-
the NSA gets to do. So
Yeah, but this is the SEC now. Yeah, we're monitoring this for the chatter.
And the funny thing is the SEC's sitting here going, am I supposed to do something? Are you going to do something? Like, the people running the SEC right now are interim officials.
yeah.
No one's been sworn in to run the SEC yet. So these people are like, well, I can't really do much of anything other than go, I'm looking at you.
Yep.
Yeah, you. No, not you. You. I'm watching you.
I had the it's not in front of me now. I don't know what window it is, but the SEC is looking into Robinhood and the chatter coming from Reddit. They want to look at trades and match them up to information in the Reddit forums. Instead
They
of
will.
instead
I mean, that's a guarantee. They will match up
Sure.
price
Yeah.
manipulation with chatter
Yes.
both Reddit, Twitter, you name it.
They're
that
not
have
gonna they're not gonna
influenced the
go
market
after
as of
the
lately.
Reddit and Twitter.
Well,
They're not
no,
gonna go after the Reddit and Twitters because they're not doing anything wrong other than saying, I like this stock, go buy it.
Here it is. I
There's
got it.
nothing wrong with that. It's the same thing of an analyst getting on CNBC going,
right. There
I
is
really like United Airlines. Everyone should go buy it.
yeah.
I have it right
You know,
here.
there's
This
nothing
this
wrong.
Is
It's
a
not
moment,
like
this is a moment where the people are actually doing those things, and it just happens to have a major impact on the market when they're doing it. Like that's,
it's not
but they're
just,
gonna see that kind of price manipulation.
but it's the big conversation that started happening at about 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Once they got over their like this isn't going away moment because everyone freaking out on CNBC and Fox Business is like they actually had people come on that were like educated in this going, you're all missing the point here. Like this is remember everything that happened last year with BLM and remember what just happened in the beginning of January? This is how these people feel. These people are still pissed off from 2008 when the hedge funds destroyed people's lives
What
and
about?
nobody cared.
Okay, see, that was something we were talking about off air, and I said before we came on, and I said, "We'll hold that conversation and bring it here." It's not just that; it's twice. It's twice. Let's not forget the 1990 dot-com boom that busted in everybody's face because the internet's not real. It's never going to be anything, but just a bunch of people talking. And the dot-com market fucking exploded, and people lost everything. And then, like Ren just said, "Oh,
The housing market.
in the housing industry, we're going to play with your fucking mortgages. We're going to let poor people who fucking can't even get food stamps get a mortgage on a house." And what did it do? It destroyed the fucking financial industry so bad that people lost everything. And who got in trouble for it?
Nobody. They
No.
all got bailed out.
Thank you. That's the key word. They all.
Outside of Lehman Brothers.
Where were the people? What happened to the people? Did they get bailed out?
No, and that's a big driver of this is there's some people that are here going, I remember what happened in 2008.
Sure.
And I'm not going to stand for it. And you know what? I may lose some money here right now. And like everyone needs to understand the premise of this Reddit board, Wall Street Bets, for the longest time has been posts of people posting their losses.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not been like, hey, look at all this money I'm making. It's like posting their losses. And now they're like, look at this idiot market capitalization of 136% of the float shorted.
248% as of yesterday. How is that even legal? How do you short 150% over the available float?
How
This
is that even?
basic
Where are you
math.
getting the money for that?
It's basic math. Who
Yeah.
allowed it? There were other stocks that were 100. Okay, after 11 p.m. What the fuck time did I say it was? 11:24 p.m. is the suspect time and the first dip in the market today, where they halted fucking trading and stopped you from being able to buy shares. Now the rumor is there was inside information with Citadel and Ameritrade and Robinhood, and they fucking got on the phone with Capital or the White House and said, "Oh, we're gonna have to halt trading because we don't have the fucking money to cover this." There were a billion trades, a billion yesterday. We don't have the money to cover this. So what we're going to do is we're going to halt this shit. And at 11:24 is when it bottomed the fuck out. And at 11:25, there were new shorts at $570. So market correction? It wasn't a market correction. That was a fucking market raping. They allowed them to reposition themselves to cover all the fucking $3 billion they lost yesterday, which, by the way, it was the owner of the New York Mets who bailed them out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you see, everybody.
Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen is involved with
Citadel and A2.
Yeah, 92.
Phoenix or so.
Yeah, all of them. Citadel, Melvin Capital, Point 72, D1. They're all in it together. Cohen and that other fucking idiot prick. They're hedge fund managers. Hedge funds bet against the market. If you're investing money in a hedge fund to bet against the market, something like this is going to happen. And now you're hearing, well, what about the people who lost they expect $200 million to be hit by pensions. Why are pensions playing in hedge funds? Pensions are your future fucking investment. Nothing wrong with a 4%, 6, 7% gain on top of this money in the market to protect fucking people's livelihood. But no, they're in hedge funds. Oh, and then what about the people who, lost money in their mutual funds? Fuck you. Go look it up. GameStop is only in 10 mutual funds. 10. There are millions of mutual funds. Stop. Point the blame where the blame needed to be pointed here. There could have been some serious collusion going on. Okay, Robinhood could be done as a company tomorrow. Millions of people are already pulling their fucking accounts.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, there's a ton, and then there are who's the competing company or the other company?
Webull.
Are they the main game name?
There's 2 or 3 of them.
There's a bunch of them. You can go to Cash App, run by Dorsey too.
I never knew that Cash App, which is nothing more than Venmo, I always thought. I had no idea you could trade stocks in there.
Yep.
And
I actually have been looking at that.
if you can't cover what's in your account, they'll just pull it right out of your fucking debit card.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I might just open up that account and buy more fucking GameStop because I'm leveraged out. I have $60 in an account. That's it. $60.
Like, see, the thing that sucks for me is I guess I would have to go to like an E-Trade or a Fidelity or something like that and initiate a transfer.
15 days.
I don't know. I don't know how to get. I don't want to have to go and sell everything I have in Robinhood.
Right, to move it because you're positioned in a good place.
Right.
I think what you got to do is first is have all your stocks put in your name. I want my stocks in my name.
I don't even know if that is possible here.
I have no idea. And then you can transfer it same day because they're yours. That's like walking into.
Yeah, whatever the method is, I've heard people bitching about like a 15-day transfer.
Yeah, I'm sure it's definitely some time to do. You're probably just better off opening an account and repositioning yourself and keeping that shit. I mean, you can always.
Yeah, but what if what you say, they bottom out and OOB.
Those QSIP numbers are yours. That's your stocks can't disappear because a trading house goes under and someone will just
somebody has
push
to assume them.
Yeah, someone will push the paper somewhere else. You gotta remember it's all paper pusher, paper.
Yep. Remember when we were talking about people's wealth?
Yes, it's all paper.
That it's the people with the most wealth have like very little of it in paper. Most of it is in paper ideas.
That's right.
I think the biggest problem with Robinhood right now is they don't have the money to cover this, even with the influx of new traders.
Yeah, and because you got to remember, you open up a new account. Oh, here, look, you open up an account. Here's fucking 5 shares of some company. Oh, dude.
No, you get one. You get one free share.
One. Oh, dude, and you fucking came through for a referral code here. Well, there's one over here too. There's one. Don't worry, we're not going to charge you for anything. We're just going to sell all your activity to Citadel. Citadel clears 60% of all trades for Robinhood.
Yeah. That's where they say the manipulation's taking place is that micro millisecond of transfer to Citadel where they get to make a decision before your money makes a decision.
Yeah.
And it's all algorithmic driven.
Yeah.
No. What they wanted to decentralize the money market? That's what their whole fucking motto is. Fucked up. What's if this is collusion on the inside, they all need to go to jail. The problem is nothing's ever going to happen out of this. Didn't happen.
I don't know. I think this right here is like the Enron of 2021 right now. I think you're going to see a lot of people get embroiled and wrapped up in this, and it's going to be just like what was it, Lehman Brothers in 2008?
Yep.
where that entire upper management ended up going to jail. I think you're going to see either Robinhood or whoever is embroiled in this, whether it's Robinhood and Citadel and Cohen's Group and uh, Plunkin, the hedge fund guy that
Yeah.
it's market manipulation.
Plunker.
Any which way you want to cut it, it's market manipulation. Robinhood stands for the common man to be able to trade whenever you want, when we tell you can, which
Right, so-
is market manipulation.
Here's
Because
the
we all wanted to trade today, and you told us we can't,
Right.
which is manipulating the market because all the volume was coming pretty much through Robinhood. All people like me, not like you who has a securities account.
12 million people.
People like me.
12 million people on Robinhood, and 81% of them own a share
GameStop.
or more in GameStop. Now, the biggest
Exactly.
problem with Robinhood here is you sign up and you get an instant account. Instant account. And that's classified as a margin account. Restricted to the PDT rules. Instant settle funds. Even without access to leverage, which is required for a gold account, it's a fucking margin account, which means they can close your accounts. They can close your trades on you. That's legal. Okay, you have to request being switched over to a cash account and not an instant account, and then you lose access to trading options. Okay, a lot of people were buying options on the long, along with buying shares of the stock, holding double positions at fucking, and this is the problem, okay? And this is where everything happened today. It was 11:24 a.m. when the stock hit rock bottom, and all of a sudden no one could trade. Robinhood closed everyone's options right then and there. So I'm sitting here. We have closed your 4,500 shares of GME for an average price of 118. Boom, your options are gone. Don't exist. You never fucking had them. At that time, there was massive shift in the market to options way higher. $570. You gotta remember, Reddit's been saying what? 500 to the moon. 1,000 is reachable. Fuck it. 5,000. If 500 was reachable, then maybe a little more was. So the 570 calls is a great fucking move. Buy them now at 118, and then you sell the options on it at 570. You make a shitload of money, enough to cover all the losses from yesterday's $3.5 billion cash influx.
Yeah.
This is the problem that I see. And if this is collusion, which is what it looks like,
Market manipulation.
you can take the speculation of the dude from some fucking crypto place on CNBC saying, well, Citadel was told beforehand. Or you can go to fucking Reddit and read the email or letter from the insider at Robinhood that said, well, the White House was involved too.
See, here's the crazy thing.
Grain salt.
Here's the crazy thing. So you said the margin account, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can only trade in the margins if you have a gold account.
You have a gold account, but your instant account is considered a margin account also. They can close your positions.
Right, but if you're paying the money to be a gold account, you're
Yes.
a gold account now. So,
Right,
and they're the only people that can trade. I can't trade margins unless I go gold.
No, you can't trade margins, but you can get options, can't you?
No.
You can't go. You don't have option. I don't trade on Robinhood. I have Fidelity. So I've been with Fidelity since I was 20 years old. I have no reason to go to
Options. Options. No, I cannot do option trading.
Oh, okay. Gotta be careful.
I will go to DraftKings since that's one that's still alive. And I will go buy DraftKings. My choices to buy is a market order, limit order, stop loss order, stop limit order, trailing stop order, recurring order. Those are my choices to buy the stock.
Okay, so you don't have options enabled somewhere along the line. However the hell that works over there, buy.
So if I go to Robinhood Gold,
You can't
professional research up to 5,000 instant deposits, invest with margin. Borrow from Robinhood so you can invest more.
Right.
Greater risk, greater reward.
Exactly. Greater risk.
And the
greater-
only way you can do that is paying them $5 a month,
Oh, okay.
which no longer makes you a margin account. So theoretically, what they did by closing all those option orders is illegal.
Yes. Well, I
Truth.
guess so. I guess so.
You can't close them because they're my margin orders. And I saw what you saw all over the internet. People posting pictures like, went to bed last night. I saw one photo. Someone had a margin order where their account had like $6,000 in it.
Yeah.
But because of their margin order, there was $400,000 in the account.
Woo.
Yep. Right. Because you're selling them up front, and then you got to give them back, or buy them back, or pay them back, depending on how you're playing. You know, I mean, it's a gamble. What is GameStop? GME, right?
And then they sold them on them, and I don't know. So much information today, trying to do that, watching CNBC.
How can you make any money on calls out? February 139. Jesus Christ. The puts and calls on this are insane right now. It's 5,000.
There's an article or a post going. The shorts are still up at 120%.
It's 119 or something like that. Is what should be reported tomorrow.
But don't they all resolve tomorrow? Isn't tomorrow the short?
No. See, that was the other thing that happened at 10 or 11 o'clock today was January 25th shorts settled today. And that's when all the fucking shenanigans happened. I mean, if you connect the dots here, something deeper is going on than just a bunch of fucking retards who want to take a stock to the moon.
And that's not a derogatory term. They all refer to themselves as retards.
That's right. I mean, learn the history of the forum that you're talking about. It was shut down for hate speech the other day. Learn about the forum, which is, okay, it's a public forum. WSB is private. Wall Street Bets is public. But learn about the forum. It was started by like 3 or 4 gay dudes who were calling each other faggots the whole way.
Yep.
If you're in that thread right now, other people call each other people faggots. Look at right there at the fucking top of the screen. I mean, just go fucking Google what the hell Wall Street Bets buying FDs mean. Do your fucking due diligence like these people did when they saw what was going on with GameStop and said, holy fuck. They shorted this 248%. You can't cover that. I'm going to buy this stock. Hey, dude, I bought this stock. This is what's going on. Check it out. Look for yourself. I do it to you guys all the time. Hey, I like this stock. I'm really looking at it. I've done my research on it, and I think I'm going to buy it. Why don't you take a look at it and do your own research? Would you like some things I read here? I read this. I read that.
5.4 million degenerates.
Yes, 5.4 now. Oh, I got 5.3 on my screen. But
5.4 million degenerates.
Last week, that was less than 2 million. You want to call collusion on this side? Sure. Go ahead. Call collusion.
How are you calling collusion?
Probably right, because there's 2 million people got together and said, oh, we're going to buy this stock and fuck these people over. And their cover is, I like this stock.
But that's what they say. But they're just copying what all the analysts say when they're on these business channels going, I really like this stock, because that's what they have to say to CYA.
What happened today was fucking dirty play. In baseball, it's called stealing signs. In football, it's called fucking deflating balls. Today was dirty play.
That never happened.
Dudes getting beaten in the market figured out a way to not get beat today, and I personally think it was all done illegally. The rich get richer and the poor stay poor. Here you had a bunch of fucking people, and you read these posts. I bought 3 shares today. 3. 2 million people buy 3 shares, 5 shares. Maybe they buy a little more, 10 here. Is that enough to manipulate the market?
No, there's
That-
larger plays going
There's
on here.
institutional money in here. There's
Oh yeah.
absolutely institutional money. There has to be now to cover these shorts. Do you realize fucking a hedge fund almost went out of business yesterday? This close to going out of business because they sunk every fucking dime they had into shorting companies. And there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is somebody allowed them to overshort a company by 150%.
Yup.
That's what really needs to be talked about here. Not the fact that a bunch of people banded together to take a fucking worthless stock that's going to be out of business in a year because the only business model is now selling used games. The 3 of us told GameStop this, I don't know, 5 years ago when the Xbox 360 was coming out, and we're not going to put a disk drive in it because we're going to create cloud gaming, and would you just be able to download your shit? Oh, no, you can't do that. Backlash. Saved your ass once. What happened again? You couldn't figure out your shit. Didn't Microsoft just give them a cash influx to keep them alive for another year?
Well, they brought in the CEO from Chewy.
Oh yeah, that's because that's going to help. What are they gonna do?
Chewy's the most successful online pet retailer. It's the
pet
Amazon
retailer.
of pets.
Yeah, it's pet retailer, and allegedly,
Yeah, but their
they're skeptics.
their methodologies and their systems translate. If they want to take
What
GameStop
is
from brick
GameStop
and
going to
mortar,
sell? What are they going to sell? Chewable fucking Mario dolls? What are you going to sell? What
it's
are
a
you going to
matter
sell?
of transitioning their business from brick and mortar to an online business. It's
Then the stock
it's a good
right
play.
there.
Is it a risky play? Does it have upside? No, because everyone goes to Amazon and buys everything.
Right.
But there are other companies out there that are surviving in that space. If they are the de facto video game company and they can figure out ways to corner that edge of the market,
Yeah.
more power to them. It's capitalism.
So they're no better than IDENT. Where is that fucking IDEX? No better than IDEX. $4 stock. Can't figure their shit out. Have reorganized their company 4 fucking times. And the only thing that's keeping them alive is the shareholders behind the stockholders, the investors behind them who are keeping them alive. It's GameStop. It wasn't even worth the fucking $3 it is, or was when this all started back in June of last year.
$4.
It kills me.
$4 in April of last year.
It kills me that CNN and CNBC and all these other places, you have no fucking clue when the deep fucking value. I mean, just go in there and users, reddit.com/users/deep fucking value, and you'll get the history. This has been going on since June. This guy did due diligence. I mean, fucking, who was it? It was a manager of a major hedge fund company said he wished this guy worked for him because the due diligence he did on GameStop is better than his own fucking employees. GameStop has no business model. They're going to try and sell you a product. You can sit home and just click a fucking button or a mouse and boom, there it is. Boom,
But it's the new economy. Like, going back to what you said back in late 90s, early 2000s with the dot-com bubble,
right.
Everyone was sitting here going, it's just the internet. It's just a bunch of people talking. Whereas fast forward 20 years, 2021, the internet is the fabric and foundation of society. Everything happens via the internet. You do your banking via the internet.
Everything.
You do your shopping via the internet. You do your communicating via the internet. A certain subset of people in this country, like myself, make their living with the internet.
All right, I got a few points in
Cloud storage, all that kind of shit.
No.
Like the fabric of the world is the internet. Are these people gonna go anywhere? No.
Of course
I see it in 10 years being astronomical. To the point that Thump's going to be like, I don't need a money guy no more. I have enough knowledge now because of the internet that I can do this myself.
Well, you're right. Information is king. Period.
And that's going to be the thing. It's going to be, this is just the beginning. This is like the preface of the book that is going to be written over years to come on how retail trading became a thing.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's not an institutional thing anymore. And it's not a hedge fund thing anymore. It's real people taking control of their own money and either winning or losing. End of story.
Point, counterpoint, question. Apple, Google, deleting over X amount of tens of thousands of negative reviews and one-star reviews.
Is that true? Did you actually go and see it yourself?
Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. In the app stores, against the Robinhood app. Do you care? Is it wrong? Is it right? Or is it
no? Because it could have been a spam campaign of some sort. It could have been bots. It could have been whatever. Just like these guys go in every night, take their site down to get rid of all the bots. It could have been bots writing negative reviews. We know that happens all over the internet.
Okay.
So no,
I don't disagree.
Does it affect me? No.
It could be just like a one-day slander campaign. Everybody's pissed off that they couldn't trade, so we're gonna go over there and give them a fucking one-star rating. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. And then in 3 weeks, everybody's back over there anyway. I get that point. I'm with you on that. Should they have removed them? I don't know. I would love to.
It depends. I think a lot of it depends on the language used. All of these app stores are wide open to children, whomever. Median age of a child having a phone is what, like 8 years old now? You want your 8-year-old kid opening up the app store and the number one app in all the app stores is Robinhood, and they're like, "Oh, what's Robinhood? I remember watching the movie Robin Hood," and clicking on it and like, "Fuck these assholes," is like the right there in your face because they always put top reviews right there. I mean, you want your kids seeing that? I mean, come on. I mean, I get it. If they're inflammatory comments, yeah, I could see why they're deleting them. I really don't have an opinion as to whether or not should they or shouldn't they. Yelp does it all the time. Amazon does it all the time. All these companies do it all the time.
Yelp does it to their own benefit. You can't get a bad review off of Yelp, but they'll go and remove anything they want. Trust me, that's fact. I've gone.
You can get a bad review off of Yelp.
Good luck.
If you own a restaurant, you can call up Yelp or go and you get X amount of bad reviews you can remove per month. Thump on Uber could call up Uber and be like, "Yo, man, this review here is uncalled for. This person was a complete and total asshole, threw up in my car.
Yeah,
and because I had something to say because he threw up in my car, he's giving me a negative review. Meanwhile, I got to go get my car detailed now. By the way, you're paying for that too."
Sure. Well, they do cover
Get rid of my negative review.
Yeah, they do cover that. Thump. Senators got coronavirus briefings before the public. They sold off millions of dollars in stock.
One of which was a Burr.
Right, yeah. Okay, they did that all before the stock market crashed. They face no consequences for that, no regulations.
Correct.
Then Reddit takes a stock, a meme stock, or whatever you want to call it, and now the whole stock market needs to be restructured?
Because a normal person figured out how to do what wealthy people were doing.
Hedge fund billionaires move markets. They get huge bonuses.
Yeah, it's the big. Essentially, what it is the market just got leveled, and now they need to find a way to crater back their direction.
If Redditors rallying GameStop,
it's how many games? Oh, wait a second. I'm sure this is a thing. There was casinos that opened up back in the day that I'm sure currently do not have certain games on their floor because everybody figured out how to beat them.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I mean, that was...
This is essentially the same thing. The casino just found out everybody figured out how to do this, and now they got to figure out what they could do to stop it. Because
AOC is live on Twitch right now.
Oh, sure.
Not surprising.
Probably playing Among Us.
She's a regular there now.
Probably playing Among Us. That is something I would like to tune into. I mean, I was shocked today when her and Ted Cruz actually agreed.
Dude, they weren't
Oh,
the
they
only
didn't
ones.
agree. They didn't agree.
Oh, they agreed.
She said something. He goes, made a comment going, completely agree, pointing down to her tweet. She replied back to it going, 3 weeks ago, this guy was trying to get me killed. Why don't you do us all a favor and quit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That
yeah,
was
but
her reply to his
well,
tweet.
he agreed. So they essentially agreed at that point, but she's not wrong in her process of going, I don't want your support.
Exactly. I thought it was kind of funny. I was like sitting there going, oh. Did either of you, you were probably sleeping on Web, did you tune into Portnoy this morning when he was doing his
Yes, dude.
opening bell?
Yes, trust me. 7:30, I am on CNBC every day.
I was on CNBC at
And
7 o'clock this morning.
and let me get this clear to both of you. I am not day trading. 90% of all my positions in the market are long, and if they're not, they will be by March. They're all long. I'm not day trading. I'm not interested in doing it. It's too much of a hassle. I mean, you got to be on top of it constantly, and I don't understand why you would want to buy $1,000 of a stock to sell it for $250 gain and do this all day long and play the highs and lows, and then have to pay at the end of the year 50% of your gains.
Because the only way you're doing that is if you're trading in like incredible volume.
Right. But still, you're paying 50%. It's short-term capital gain. Paying close to 50% tax on it. Short-term capital gain. Well, that means you got to make $200,000
To earn $100,000.
to earn $100,000. You make 102.854. It just okay if it's worth it to you, sure. I mean, for me to sit here and do it, yeah. Like I said, I'm playing. I was in and out of Naked. I'm in fucking Sundial. I'm in GameStop. I'm in fucking BlackBerry. If you want to consider that one of these squeezes, I personally
They shorted the fuck out of that today.
I know. I personally think there's more to that company, and fucking with that. I mean, I hope they get in bed with Elon and make it one chip to rule the car, because that's going to be beautiful. But most people don't understand what they do. They still think of, oh, the BlackBerry, they're the phone company, like Nokia, they're a phone company. Fucking idiots. No, they're not.
Yeah,
They shifted it.
when we talk about businesses, like I want to go ahead and throw this little Trump under the bus thing real quick because
Right.
it's great. So he gets banned from social media and all these other social media companies, and supposedly there's people in the works of wanting to like eliminate all of his business holdings in all these places as well and stuff, right? What if, since we've agreed that if a business decides to suspend somebody's account, it is their priority and obligation that they can do as such. What if he's an AT&T subscriber and they're just like, yeah, you can't have a phone anymore?
Right?
I
Right.
took it to the most extreme I could think of, and I was like, what if basic needs? What if the water company is like, sorry, we don't want to give you water anymore at this price?
Can you imagine all that shit?
Well, I mean it is kind of that bad for his vice president crony who's currently unemployed. Or not unemployed, homeless.
Yo,
Oh, yeah.
did you
Right.
see
Mike
him?
Pence has no house.
Did you
Yeah.
see Pence at the inauguration, man? Did y'all just see him at the end of it talking to Kamala?
Yeah.
Like, they say that's the loneliest moment in the transfer because she hops in the car to go to the White House and he turns around and there's like no Secret Service, no car, no he's just gotta like walk around the corner and like hop in his Fiat and roll on.
So I'm reading this letter that comes from the Congress of the United States, House of Representatives, Washington, D.C., sent to the acting Attorney General, Monty Wilkins, signed from Paul A. Gosser, DDS, member of Congress. And his last paragraph sums up what a lot of people should understand. Melvin Capital Management is owned by the parent company Citadel, LLC, which, according to a Bloomberg report, footnote number 1 gives the direct link to the data, gave Robinhood roughly 40% of their revenue. Knowing the involvement Citadel has with revenue, it is clear that the actions taken today were motivated by anti-competitive reasons, not for concerns of volatility claimed by Robinhood. Because of this blatant conflict of interest and obvious monopolistic, yes,
Monopolistic.
I was getting there, monopolistic activity, I am calling for an immediate investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice into Robinhood and the hedge fund Citadel, LLC.
This is what I referenced at the top of the show.
You know what's going to be funny? What's really going to be funny is when they crack down on all of this and they beat the shit out of fucking Steve Cohen so badly that he has to sell the Mets before first pitch of spring training.
If he gets wrapped up in this and like the next, no, but I'm just saying if he gets wrapped up like even more in the next.
I mean, how funny would that be for the Mets?
2-3 weeks before even pitchers and catchers report.
How funny is it? One same baseball team getting wrapped up in 2 financial scandals.
Why not, right?
Of course, it'd be the Mets. Piss poor management they've had running for years. But yeah, so this is
at least the old adage will be true. Must end the season.
Now, what's funny here is there's talks in here of this letter, contrary to the decisions, the heavily flooded Reddit page, r/Wall Street Bets is in here. So immediately the first response to this letter that was posted in Wall Street Bets, does this mean at least one mention of Wall Street Bets will forever be archived in the Library of Congress?
Yes.
Right? So Reddit just made the Library of Congress flat out. And the other thing that they're saying is, does that mean they have to subpoena the guy who started this message board, the guy who did the D&D on this, the guy who put the information out there in November? Because it would be fucking epic if Congress actually referred to him as his screen name, which is deep fucking value.
Well, they won't. They'll bring him in under his name and reference him. He will be referenced at least once in a hearing as
deep
the
fucking
username.
Yeah. Can you see Nancy Pelosi? Deep fucking value. Will forever be known as DFV because that's just not right to say. Little people
aforementioned as such.
Yes.
DFV.
Yeah.
Little people shouldn't have
parentheses.
That. Yeah, he'll have to be
where are you
once.
Where are you seeing this letter, bro? I want to see this letter.
No, I'll give it to you right in fucking Slack. It's in our thread now because that's where we've got the choking Robin Hood chicken or eagle, which I love the what's the word I'm looking for? Not symmetry, but the basis of the eagle here being America. Fuck the little people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really bad what happened today. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I mean, should there be fines levied? What are fines going to do? That's what they want. You can fine Melvin, Citadel and Melvin as much cash as you want, but is it going to be enough? I mean, they covered their own losses. $3.75 billion. How much are you going to fine them? $50 million? $500 million? It's a $7.9 billion hedge fund.
This is like that company, that couple that chartered their private jet to go to the small town of like Inuit people and say they were members of the hospital staff that had just been built so they could skip the line to get the COVID vaccinations before they were going to be eligible for it in their own town. And all they did was go there, get their shot, hop back on their private jet, and fly back home. And you know what happened to them? They were fined $1,000.
Yeah, there you go. There
Now
you go.
remember that rich people. So
Yeah.
basically, what essentially it is there was a rich person tax on going and skipping the line. They had to pay $1,000 to go get their shot.
Yeah, just I don't know. I think today is like fucking bigger than Enron, which was total market manipulation. I mean, Enron was a fake company. There needs to be some investigation, and it's this. Fuck your impeachment bullshit. Senate, House of Representatives, get on this shit. This shit needs to be resolved by like Monday morning.
This shit is
Good,
going
good luck on
to.
that.
Well,
This,
look what his lad
if
said.
this
Look,
letter, like, if this letter is actually legit,
that's legit. I can vouch for this. It is 100% legit. This has already been.
if this letter is actually legit, this may happen in the next like 3 hours.
I mean, there's already two
That's
lawsuits.
how big that. I mean, that's how big
Yes.
what happened today is.
Yes.
The sentiment of the U.S. public right now is once again we're being squished.
Yes. Little people.
And regardless if it's you're an investor, regardless if it's whatnot, what I said to you via text today or on the phone this morning, whenever we were talking,
Yeah.
it's about the little guy once again getting squished. What happened in January 6th? Don't agree with it. We didn't condone it. We still don't condone it. But the sentiment is still there. What happened with BLM last summer? The sentiment is still there.
Cheers.
What's
yes.
going on being cooped up in home in 2 months' time, in a month and a half time, is going to be a year that we were all told to stay home. The sentiment is there. The sentiment of this country right now is like a powder keg waiting to explode. If the market's open tomorrow and people on Robinhood are not allowed to buy shares, if they want to buy shares, they're going to lose their minds and people are going to take to the streets.
Well, they did open up trading for tonight after he got off air, and you saw the fucking.
And then they closed it immediately.
Stock shot through the roof. But what's more disturbing, or not more, but what I find also disturbing is you had the chairman of Interactive Brokers.
He's an asshole.
Petterfee, and you had the partner CEO of Robinhood, Vlad, on CNBC today, and both of them said the same fucking thing. Maybe not in the exact same words, but they were asked why they halted trading. And the answer was, honestly, to protect ourselves. What the fuck does that say? Now that you know Robinhood is in bed, deep, with Melvin
And
Citadel, and fucking 41 point was 42, 72 point. They bailed themselves out. And we took the hit on it.
Fitted the bill the whole way. Taxpayers yet again. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, all we did was our only options were to sell. Couldn't buy any. Couldn't buy to leverage your position. Couldn't buy to leverage your position. I'm not going to say it again, but that needs to sink into a lot of people. I mean, isn't that the basis of the stock market?
Is to a lot of people. That's the roar.
Yeah. Wait until you see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow, the calls are in tomorrow.
I thought the calls happened today.
There's more tomorrow too. Friday's calls. So you don't see calls. I got to show you how to get into that if possible, so you can see what the fuck people are looking at stocks and going, like Apple. Oh, you had great fucking money come in this, 111 billion, the first company ever in 3 fucking months to make over $100 billion. Yeah, but this was all right, and this was okay, and we asked you to be a subscription-based company. You didn't show us breakdowns, so now we're gonna fucking fuck your stock. Fuck it, down $6.
But now today's reason for that was, well, Apple's up 35%. you
Yeah,
know,
long call orders, bro, are for that stock to be down like $15 in a month,
yeah.
$30 in 3 months, right around the time of the next earnings call, which actually should be better. And there was nothing wrong with this one. What the fuck?
300,000 people currently watching AOC.
Oh yeah, she's got a big she gets a big following.
She is playing Among Us,
Well,
right?
She's
she's
got to
not
be.
playing a game. She has a Chamath, Chamath.
Oh, she got Chamath on? Is he there?
Yeah, I'm
Oh
pretty
shit.
sure.
Oh, he's gonna have a lot to say because he was all over this stock. All over this stock. I really enjoyed the conversation today between Barstool Presidente, Dave Portnoy, and Steve Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not familiar with that conversation and you're following all of this shit and you're vested in these stocks, go read it. Dave Portnoy, Barstool, Stool Presidente at Twitter. Go read it. They had a nice little banter back and forth where he basically calls him a fucking liar. The same way we should be calling Vlad and that other prick from the other investment company liars. They stopped trading to protect their own wallets. Ah. I love it. This is going to blow.
Actively,
Huh.
just her on screen currently. Chat is going ape shit, and she just said goodbye.
I hate when the chat does it. I wish people would just like pay attention and poke a question here and there instead of like, say hi to me, say hi to me.
Oh,
Here's
yeah,
the emoji.
somebody's like show Bernie. It's Twitch chat, dude. Just doing Twitch chat type shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, she's no longer live.
Who's making copies? Who's got a copy machine? What is that, fucking Xerox? It's you, Ren.
Marie's printing something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So at the point that ask about copies, he's like, "Yeah, that's not happening here."
We're not printing money or anything.
No. Not at all, huh?
No, you would have been doing that over the past couple of days anyway.
What is this? Somebody had a file? I can't see this video. Damn it. Looks like... never mind. I can't see it. Somebody did a shitty job of filming it.
No.
It's had something to do with today. It looked like a plane with a banner behind it saying something like "to the moon," or I'm not sure what it said. That'd be kind of funny, though. Did you see early on in the morning, the Wikipedia Robinhood page was changed?
Oh man, I wanted 50s, not 20s.
Colin, that's funny.
Should have printed the hundreds. I put the good paper in there.
That'd be obvious.
I put the good paper in there.
Robinhood's Wikipedia page was changed to reflect what was going on, and it was quite entertaining. I don't have it in front of me because it just popped into my head. I kind of forgot about it, but it was pretty
Wiki
damn.
page?
Yeah, it was. It's already been corrected. It's already been corrected, but like at 11 o'clock this morning, it was changed to be like, whatever was going on today, that they halted trading and it's fucking, market manipulation and all this shit. And then, of course, it was changed back almost instantly. But it was there enough for somebody to screen capture it. So it's out.
Robinhood.
It's out there.
Television,
I don't know where it is.
brands,
But yeah,
Amazon.
I mean, even AOC coming out and saying that this was unacceptable, and they need to look into Robinhood's decision to block all this and financial disclosure and what she call it, a financial services committee. I love these Republicans. Everything needs to be a committee. We need to hire 6 people to work for the government to spend more money. And just what's wrong with the Treasury Department? Isn't this their fucking job? We need a committee. Isn't this the Treasury jobs department? Isn't this their department? Isn't this what the SEC is for too? But we need a whole new committee or whatever. Just get to the bottom of it. Just get to the bottom of it. Something seriously wrong happened today. And it's market manipulation. And I've never
Any which way you shake it, it's market manipulation.
I've never seen what happened in the last 2 weeks ever happen in the stock market. I don't remember when it happened to Volkswagen, and this kind of push is just, it's obscene. It's absolutely crazy that the institutions protected themselves and not the money that was coming in. They would have stood better chance to make more money if they let it ride. Could have repositioned then, covered the losses in the shorts. Let these guys do what the hell they are trying to do. Why did that music come through? Mute that shit. It's quite interesting. Limited buying and restricted securities on Friday. I wonder if it's going to be more than just Robin Hood. Are they going to be more involved? The whole AOC Cruz thing, you're right. She denounced what he said because he almost got her killed, allegedly, with the storming of the castle. Absolutely crazy. And then at Marjorie Taylor Greene today, what did she say? Nancy Pelosi deserves a bullet in the head? Still hear copies going on though. Wait, can you email me some 20s? Can you email me some 20s? Or 5s? Or 10s? No, they're not worth it. 20s. But I want the 20s with the new check.
She said that's going to cost you a $5.99 per bill print fee.
Yeah, but not per
And
bill.
since you're not paying for the gold membership, she can cancel it at any point.
I'll pay for the plate, so that should be good. I want to own the plate, but I want the 20 with the new.
She's backed by Robin Hood and Citadel Capital, by the way.
That's not good. That's not good.
What you just brought up? What's her name? Green.
Yeah, Green. I mean, what did she say? She told Nancy Pelosi she needed a fucking.
Not only that, what about her heckling the poor kid from the school shooting?
It never happened. What are you talking about? School shooting never happened.
Didn't she heckle the kid from Sandy Hook?
No, she fucking said it never happened. It's a conspiracy. It never happened.
Oh, meanwhile, she recorded it on her own phone.
Yeah, her and Terrible Tim need to get together. That was the Parkland survivor.
And before we came on air, I had CNBC on, and the people she ran unopposed, which is why she's there.
Yeah.
And the ironic thing is,
it's why
the Republican Party put her on the Education Committee.
Yeah. Education Committee. Yeah, I know.
And she ran unopposed. That's why she has the seat.
Yeah. Well, how do you think AOC got in? Her constituent, who was there for fucking 20 years, didn't even run a campaign. What do I need to for? Everybody votes for me. Hey, vote for me. Okay, bye. She went out with a grassroots campaign and took it. From stripper to congresswoman.
Good for her.
I don't know. That's as bad as putting fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in California. All his shit he said about Trump all week long. Kept thinking to myself, you did a great job in Cali, bro.
No one was going to do a good job in Cali when he was governor. That state was and is in such a disarray.
He did a better fucking job than Kamala Harris did. She owns that fucking state. She was the Congress. She was the senator for the state. One of the senators for the state. It's her state. She's responsible for a lot of the legislation that put black people in jail for gun charges and drugs.
They say the same thing about Biden.
Well, yeah, we know that to be true.
They hands down he is the person who put the most legislation in place to.
Well, hey, look, you saw all the tweets coming out. Donald Trump wanted to give what? $500 million to the black poor communities for a revitalization plan. What does Biden want to give you? A $20 bill with Harriet Tubman on it. Nobody cares about anybody when it comes to government. All they want to do is beat climate change. That's the most important thing. It's climate change. Just hold that all the time. I want you to know something, people. I've crushed these numbers already. If the United States right this very second was carbon neutral, zero carbon, it would have Zero effect on the fucking world.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're in the Paris Accord. It's okay. We're going to take care. We went back in the Paris Accord. That's going to cost the United States $100 billion just so we can go, you polluted more than we did. That's all the Paris Accord is. The fucking Komodo Agreement, or whatever it was called before the Paris Accord, is way better. At least there were fines in place. Here, nothing happens. The United States of America will pay $100 billion to be part of it. Trump had thoughts there. He was smart about that. Makes no sense. What's the point? If everybody's not going to get together and do something about it, what's the fucking point? Leave the electric cars alone. Let the free market do what they need to do. Government, stay out of it. Stay out of it. Notice Biden didn't fucking stop the drilling of lithium in the United States, which is on federal land, by the way.
Yeah, but there's more to that story. Anybody, like, that's why there was a run of licenses by the end of last term, because everyone knew that this was coming. No one's going to feel it in the short term.
Right.
In the long term, if he goes 8 years, then that's when the whole fuel, petroleum, lithium economy is going to feel that.
Well, lithium is important.
They're good for. They covered themselves for the first 4 years.
Sure. I mean, it's future technology here. You can't play with the free markets and future technology. You can't. You want to be carbon neutral, let the free markets do what needs to be done. I think Elon Musk's idea of, hey, if someone can come up with a carbon capture that works, or carbon recapture, excuse me, I want to get that right. I'll give you $100 million towards your new company. That's more of an incentive I've heard from a private investor than from a
That's
government.
also why I say, like, people need to leave a guy like that alone. He's
Yeah.
not trying to make money to keep your money. He is legitimately seems to be a person who has better intentions.
Wants to better the world.
Well,
Of course he wants
it
to
seems
profit.
more genuine.
Yeah, I mean, of course he wants to profit. Everybody wants to profit from something.
Well, I mean,
wait, no, you don't want to profit from anything if you're using Robinhood.
it's not the main motivation, though.
No,
That's the
it's not.
thing. Like, for him, profit is a side note. Like, it happens because of these ideas. I need this money to make these other things possible.
Yeah.
So for him, it's not necessarily profit that he looks at. It's more expenditure. Like, all right, so I need this much more cash in order to do this on my own.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. He's anti the full out establishment of things. That's why he tries to do most of these things independently, or let other people do them independently.
Yes. You know what I love? I also love the fact Mark Cuban coming out today saying he gave his kid a fucking brokerage account and the kid's following Wall Street bets and is making money. His 11-year-old kid. I'm sure he's getting tips from daddy. I mean, it's fucking Mark Cuban. The guy's not stupid.
I don't know. I think Cuban's the kind of guy that would be like, I'm giving you $100.
Yeah, go run wild.
Do what you're going to do with it, and then we're going to talk about what you did, and you're going to learn something about it. But I want you to go and do what you did, and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Even my 11-year-old traded with them and made money. Them meaning Wall Street bets.
Woot.
But they're bad people. Remember that. They're bad people.
Well,
at least
be painted as the enemy in this situation, yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, because why? Because the public's always the enemy. I'm sorry. I mean, the move Twitter did the other day. All right, the elections are over.
Well, remember, this isn't the public at this point. This is a sleeper cell of terrorists.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you for correcting me because I didn't. I don't want to be calling anybody patriotic who doesn't deserve to be called.
Also remember that Biden did say in his inauguration that they would be taking to task, even domestic terrorism.
Yeah, this could be considered domestic terror. It's a direct attack on our financial markets, and that is terrorism.
So
Financial terrorism,
Yes, but
fiscal terrorism, whatever you want to call it.
it's okay when it's done to you, though. How you feel, people at
Mhm.
your house pulled out from underneath you because your mortgage was sold twice over, and the interest rates went through the fucking roof, even though you had the guaranteed interest rate. I sold a house during the great fucking fall of the real estate market. I know the pain that happened there. I didn't lose my house because of it. I had no choice but to sell my house because of situations, but took a beating on that house. Because why? Somebody deregulated Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Stupid names, by the way. Deregulated the industry, and all they did was sell bad fucking mortgages.
well, why would you waste time selling good ones?
It's the same thing that happened here. This is the same. Oh, 65 million shares of this stock. The company's going nowhere. Let's short it. Let's keep shorting it until it's shorted 150 times over what's fucking possible. I think that's where I have a real problem with it. I don't mind what goes on with the stock market. It's a gamble.
And I think I'd like to think, and this is a big clarifying statement, I would like to think that anybody who is taking their money and opening a E-Trade account, Robinhood account, Webull account, name an account,
Right.
investing in the stock market,
You want two partners? Yeah.
knows the risk. Like, that if you're taking your $600 stimulus check and you've decided that, you know what, things are really good right now, I managed the holidays, my debt float is really low right now, I'm going to take this $600 and see if I can make it $1,200.
Yeah.
It might take 6 months to do it, but I'm making money at this point. Like, I'm doing something. You would think that all of these people have the common sense to know that you're going into the stock market. The stock market is a gamble. Things go up, things go down, things stay flat. You pick a good stock, it goes up. You pick a bad stock, it might not go up, it might go down. It might get shorted the fuck out of and you lose your money. I mean, that's the nature of the beast. But I would like to think that people are knowledgeable enough to know that walking in the door. Like, maybe I just take offense to like the things that I heard today of unsophisticated, unintelligent, those terms being thrown around, like, these people don't know what they're doing because they're not institutional, or they don't work for a fund or a brokerage, and these people shouldn't be, on these platforms, and they should just go to a brokerage account and pay $7 a trade, or pay somebody a percentage, 25% of their gains.
Yeah.
As the cost of entry. Like that's what I was hearing. Like, I'm not smart enough to do this.
No, you're not smart enough. You got to pay somebody to do that. What are you talking about? Come on, bro. You're not a billionaire.
I mean, and one of our people here, I mean, he does pay someone a percentage of whatever he earns, and he's okay with that because he doesn't have to deal with
good.
it. Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, everybody could say my guy's good as long as you're making money.
Well,
right.
Yeah, but I also have instances of major losses in the market that hurt significant amounts of people where I still made money.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't mine is consistency over time that says there's no reason for me to change what I've currently got going on, because mine is consistent over time with small dips.
Yes.
But
all right, well, let me ask you this. So you have that,
and I'm a
long-term
investor on that Puritan level.
Right. So you have that working for you. So who's to say you have that free paycheck a month and you're like, you know what? I want to just dabble on my own and test my own knowledge. Would you ever take your free paycheck, dump it into some account that you could go and trade stocks. Pick one. Is that something that you would ever do just because?
I would do it just for shits and giggles, but even if I started making like decent money out of that, I'm not the guy who's going to stop my guy from doing his job.
Right.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have your guy who's doing his
Well,
job.
yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying. I just answered it in full. I gave you a fully detailed answer. I would play with it,
Right.
but even if I started making money, I wouldn't change anything else that I had going on. So, yeah,
No,
I'm open to the idea of doing it. I don't have any real interest in playing with it right now. I mean,
you're positioned well. You like where you're at.
yeah,
You're making.
like I say,
It's,
I'm
Yeah.
like
well,
I've been in a comfortable position for quite some time.
I'm sure you're pretty leveraged out across all sectors of the market, long-term, short gain. You know,
I have a
Procter
very
and
diverse
Gamble. Yeah,
portfolio
you
of
know,
ways to constantly keep myself in hopefully the most positive direction.
you buy a couple hundred shares, 1,000 shares in a company like I don't know Procter and Gamble, and you take the dividends that they pay and you reinvest it, and you let it sit there for 30 fucking years, 40 years. All that reinvested dividend and splits and everything else that happens, yeah, you could sit on a shitload of money. Absolutely. And then there's other places where you're like, oh, dude, I need to be in on Uber, man. This is going to take off, and buy it for $10 and sell it at 50 over a 2 year. Yeah. Longs and shorts and well positioned across the market is where you should be. Diversified is that term.
Yes.
I like I said, I got my longs. I've held stocks for, I had Microsoft for fucking years. Sold it because it did nothing.
Well, for me, it's just like
Yeah.
I've never,
I'm long.
I'll,
How could you not? Apple, you got to
I've never
forever.
had any real interest in just quick shots.
Yeah. No, I'm positioned
Like
in,
I'm not a guy who goes to the casino. I'm not a
Yeah,
guy
me
who's
either.
playing Texas Hold'em online. I'm it's just the shorts have never been a thing for me. So
yeah,
it's an interest that I just naturally don't have.
right.
And that's what I look at the system as. It is catered to people who enjoy the shorts.
Oh,
Whether it's short loss or short gain, it's still just a short pop, 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 pop. Everything's kind of daily. You know your deal. You know
yeah.
where you're at. You can fucking up and down anytime, any way you want to. And I just, I don't know. I, I like a little bit more leisure and less having to just fucking be like, oh, what's doing this? Oh, what's doing that? Oh, what's doing this? Oh, what's
Yeah,
doing that?
pain in the ass. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. That's why I've positioned myself with stocks that I want long. Nvidia, Apple, Uber. I want to hold them long. I believe in those companies. Walmart. Walmart's got nowhere to go but up, and it's going to be a slow ride. $1.41. Excuse me, 141, 143. It's all-time high, 153. So what? Maybe it hits 205 fucking years. The long haul stock. Then I'm playing in other stuff that I think are future technologies. Why wouldn't you invest in a future technology? Like Tesla, everybody liked Tesla at $20, except for Melvin, who shorted the shit out of it.
Damn,
In
Melvin.
case you didn't know that. But I'm in a plastics company. A plastics company. Love this company. It's future technology. The stock's like $40. They don't even have a fucking product yet. That's how much people believe in them. They don't have a tangible product, but they already got contracts with companies to make the product when they can figure out how to stabilize it. Biodegradable plastic is the future of plastics. Let all these fucking people out there with their nets clean up the ocean and figure out biodegradable plastics. Makes perfect sense. There's so much speculation in the market. You got to be positioned all over the place. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time and trying to make the quick buck, which we all know fails.
Well, and that's unfortunately that's a lot of what you're seeing too is
Yes.
there was a giant chunk of people, and yes, there was manipulation in the process here, but there was a giant chunk of people who heard what was going on, all invested over these past couple of days, and then
Yeah.
just got stuck with the bullshit today.
You know what they did was, I think it's fucking brilliant. They examined the stock market to find out who the fuck was looking at companies to fail, and then they went up against them, which only in turn helps the company. Look what happened to AMC. They dumped so much cash infusion in AMC, brought the stock up to $20 fucking dollars. AMC borrowed $911 fucking million dollars or $914 million dollars, and now has enough fucking capital because of the stock that rise and the money they borrowed to offer new fucking stocks to try and save themselves for another year because we won't close the fucking borders down. We're doing everything we can to combat a virus, and these companies are now going, oh fuck, man, I might be able to survive through this now. AMC is not a bad stock. Someday we're all going to go back to the movies, 2-3 years from now, maybe. Brenton was right from the beginning. 3 years. I laughed at him when he said round 2 was coming. No fucking way, bro. We're going to beat this shit. He was right. Totally right. Let the free markets do what they need to do. Stop fucking with people's livelihood by stopping the trading of stocks because you don't have the financial backing to cover what the people want. Sounds way too familiar to me. Just sounds way too familiar. And that's what I think happened. Beside the collusion so someone didn't lose another fucking $3 billion. Like I said, today they were that close to bankrupting a hedge fund.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Impressive.
Oh, very much so. Power of the people, man. Been hearing that shit since 1960. Raise that hand, power of the people. Today showed you what power of the people can do to the financial markets. Trump was trying to show you what you could do with your voice, but that fucking message got completely fucked up.
Yeah.
And it turned into a riot. But he was trying to show you what the power of the people.
Actors and a few bad apples that'll do that.
That's what happens. That's right. Don't defund the police. You find the bad apples and weed them out. Bad apple everywhere. We saw it today in the stock market with a fucking hedge fund and 4 billionaires who think they can control people. Not good. April Bros, Thursday. Long weekend, people. Enjoy it. Have fun tomorrow if you're in this GameStop. To the moon. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Peace. We out.
Hey.